Hi, and welcome to another episode of Salsa Sessions, Wellness, Work, and Mental Health. I'm Daniel Perez, Social Media Analyst for the Center. Joining me today is Dora Snedeker, the Director of Nursing here at the Center. Dora has played a pivotal role in shaping our nursing team and ensuring the highest standards of care for our consumers. Her leadership and passion for nursing is inspiring to us all. A big thank you to our incredible Salsa Sessions donors, Old Man Salsa, Karlita, Salsitas, Chuy's Tex-Mex, Rosarios, Tacos and Salsa, and Stixs and Stones. Thank you for keeping the spice alive. Dora, are you ready to kick off the year with some heat and share some of your wisdom with us?
Absolutely. It's time to thaw out, right?
Yeah, let's go. Let's just hit the ground running.
Sounds good.
So the first salsa is the El Arroyo mild salsa.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it a try. They're that fun little.
Those are the meme sign things,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Love the little meme signs. Isn't it super mild? Not spicy at all. Very good flavor.
I like the garlic. Oh, you can never have enough garlic.
I love. Anytime you can taste the garlic in salsa, that just makes it. So, Dora, what inspired you to pursue a career in nursing?
Well, I mean, becoming a nurse really started when I was 9. I distinctly, before that, remember always saying, oh, I was going to be a doctor. Well, when I was 9, I had surgery. And what I remember distinctly throughout the surgical process was I never saw the doctor. The person that walked me through from beginning to end was the nurse. And everybody came to my nurse with the questions. She had all the answers. And I was like, I want to be her. I want to be the one that everybody can depend on, that everybody goes to. And as a 9-year-old, she was the one who was like my comfort from beginning to end. So that really inspired me to become a nurse.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Like, you normally see nurses doing, like, all the work.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah. Nurses are the backbone of healthcare, people.
We are, absolutely. You know, we're a pivotal part of the team. Absolutely.
You ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah. What are we trying next?
Rosarios salsa.
Ooh.
So, you're familiar with Rosarios downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, they graciously donated their delicious
Ooh,
salsa.
it looks roasted.
It is. So good. I love
pour
that
that on
salsa.
everything. That's breakfast taco salsa.
Yep.
That smokiness, that's good. Now I need a potato, bacon, cheese.
As we start a new year, do you believe in setting New Year's resolutions? If so, do you have any for 2025?
I do not believe in setting New Year's resolutions. I mean, at one time, yes, I did it because it's the thing to do. But then I realized that, you know, I really didn't stick to them. And then I was talking with one of my aunts, and what she did with her kids growing up that I've kind of adopted is instead doing a year-end reflection. So looking at the previous year, 2024, and looking, okay, kind of almost like in performance evaluation. What was really good? What was not so good? What happened that in 2025 I want to be better?
So ready to move on to the next one?
Yes.
Next one is from Good and Gather. It's from Target.
Oh, Target,
It is
yeah.
the honey habanero.
Ooh.
So it's not going to be too spicy. Don't let the habanero scare you.
That's interesting.
There's like a little kick to it, but it balances out with the honey.
I haven't had that one. That's pretty good.
So what's the most rewarding part of your role as the Director of Nursing at the Center?
Being able to advocate for the nurses. Being at the table when decisions are being made about workflow that's going to impact nurses. I think that's the biggest thing, to be able to make sure that what nurses are doing stays within our scope. And I think because we are such a specialized field, it's very easy for other parts of our treatment team to forget what nurses can and can't do. So being able to say, yes, nursing can do this, or nursing can provide a solution, or to be able to say, hey, that's not really within the nurse scope, I think that's the most important thing for me as the Director of Nursing.
I mean, I know you're all about advocating for, like, just in general, like, staff at the center.
Hey, nurses are advocates. That's a huge role of being a nurse, so I love it.
Ready to move on to the next one?
What do we
Next
got?
one is going to be, it's a salsa matcha from Stixs and Stone. So they're off of Wurzbach Parkway. No, not Wurzbach Park. Wurzbach Road, by like Bandera area.
Mm.
So it's kind of like a chili oil in a way.
I'll say it makes me think of hot chili oil.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a brown
love
sugar
the
or molasses.
Cinnamony,
Mm-hmm.
like. Mm-hmm. Not sure what's in it, but like I can put that stuff on everything.
That one's really good. And Stixs and Stones, is that a restaurant?
It is. It's a restaurant. Okay, so that was a fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like this is Daniel's learning how to
Hey, it's
count.
how we, yeah,
Yeah, I'm just like.
it's how we mark time.
What advice would you give to someone looking to pursue a career in nursing or healthcare?
First, start with, you know, if they're in high school, if there's an opportunity to do like a job shadow day, absolutely. If you have a family member who's a nurse, talk to them about their experience and really explore if this is a good fit for you.
Yeah, I know during like pandemic, nurses had it hard.
It was very difficult. We had a lot of nurses just leave the industry because it was, I know that often the term used is burnout, but there's also a term called, it just escaped me. What is it? Moral fatigue, I think is what it's called, or moral injury, because nurses will see things that hurt their morals, like, you know, patients in situations that they shouldn't be in, and it can be almost like a secondary trauma. So it's really important to be able to go home and practice self-care and be able to separate yourself from the day-to-day. And unfortunately, nursing has a reputation for also having very poor self-care.
Off the top of your head, do you know what like the suicide rate is for nurses?
I do not at the top of my head. I will say suicide rates for healthcare workers in general is too high. It's pretty high. I don't know that it's as high as military veterans, but healthcare workers do have a high suicide rate, which is really unfortunate.
It is. If you or someone you know is in crisis, please call our 24-hour crisis helpline at 210-223-SAFE. This one is from Chuy's. I'm assuming you're familiar with Chuy's.
Yes.
You're like, I love Chuy's. Everyone loves Chuy's.
All the garlic. Oh, it's so fresh. I like that one.
Ooh. That one.
That one I could drink. That one's good.
That one is spicy today.
I wonder if you got a seed. But that one's
Probably.
good.
So, can you share a memorable moment or accomplishment in your nursing career that has stayed with you?
Actually, yes. So, many years ago now, when I was a clinic nurse at our old Zarzamora clinic, I very distinctly remember, and this day still sticks with me. I had a patient coming in who came in on a regular basis for his long-acting injectable, his probably monthly. I don't remember his routine now. But I was just having a really rough day. And I can remember thinking, you know, is this what I want to keep doing? Do I want to keep working at the center? I can't remember all the circumstances around it, but I just remember it being one of those days where it's like by the end of the day, you're like, I'm just ready to never come back or go home and pull the covers over my head.
Yep.
And when he came in and I gave him his injection, he stopped and he told me that he wanted to say thank you. And it was just out of the blue. He said, you know, I want to say thank you. He said, you know, this medicine has given me my life back. It's given me my family back. And he became very emotional, and I became very emotional. And he was like, you know, I just want to say thank you. I thank God for you. I thank God for the center. And you've given me my life back. And my day immediately turned around. And it was just so impactful that it was exactly what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. And it still sticks with me to this day to remind me that, yeah, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Very nice. That's really sweet. Like, I honestly started tearing up over here.
No, I'm like, it was very emotional because it was perfect. It was everything I needed to hear in that moment, and it was just like, okay, yeah, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It's always nice to get that appreciation,
Yeah.
especially when it's just like out of the blue. Ready to move on to the sixth salsa.
So
This is Karlita Salsitas. This is a business that was started, I believe, in 2020. It is Latina owned.
That one's good.
And this one is, and it like sneaks up on you and it starts building.
It's almost, I almost wonder, like, does it have carrots in it? No, there's none on there. There's like a very mild hint of sweetness at the very end that almost makes me think of carrots. I was like, is there a label? I was like, that's good.
No, there's no label, but it's really good. You can buy them online. So for that one, how do you approach, so you were talking about self-care earlier. How do you approach self-care as a nurse and a leader? And do you have any tips for others looking to prioritize their well-being in the new year?
Absolutely. So for me, reading is a big part of my self-care. Reading allows me to kind of escape. I've always used reading as a little kid. I'm one of those people that when I read, I'm like transported into that place. So I don't read a lot of nonfiction just because it's a way for me to kind of escape the day-to-day. So I read a lot more fiction and stories. I do read the occasional murder mystery, but like James Patterson kind of stuff. So reading is a big part for me, and it helps me wind down. Kind of like turns my mind off from thinking about the day-to-day because I get immersed in the story. There's a lot of mindfulness, and then realizing how you're feeling in a situation and being able to remove yourself from that situation in a healthy way, not storming out of the room. Maybe it's, it could be a meeting if you're getting upset, saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to step away. Teams meetings are honestly great for that. Type in, be right back, go to the bathroom, take a deep breath, maybe put some cool water on your face, go back. We're human. We're going to have good days and bad days. Oftentimes I drive in silence to work and from work because it gives me a time just to kind of process all of my thoughts. On the way in, I think about what's on my calendar, what I want to accomplish, and then on the way home, I think about what went well, what didn't go well, what I don't want to do again, what I liked, what I didn't like. And so it just kind of lets my brain reset before I get home without all the music and the noise and the talk. So that's a big one for me too, is just the silent car time.
Ready to move on to the seventh salsa?
Right.
Seventh? Yes. This one was donated to us by Tacos and Salsa. They have a few locations here in town. 1604 in Vance Jackson, Wurzbach Parkway in Lock Hill, Selma, and Huebner Road.
It's got a smokiness to it as well.
This one's a Chile de Arbol.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
That's a good flavor. It's not like your typical spice. It's good.
So what's something about your work or leadership style that you're particularly proud of? I know you said you advocate for the nurses, but what else?
Well, I try to model a previous supervisor mentor that I had, and just making sure that I remember that my team are people first. So, not that I want to know everything about their personal lives, but making a note that if, hey, they call in and kiddo is sick, or their spouse is sick, when they're back, making a point to ask, hey, how's your family doing? As the first thing, before we talk work or anything, how's the family doing? Making sure I remember that, and then let them know that I remember that, by making that the point that I want to talk to them. Not be like, hey, here's this issue. Start off with acknowledging them and their situation and what's going on. The other is, I want my team to have a lot of autonomy. So the nurse managers, they do a lot. They have teams anywhere from 4 nurses to 15 nurses. So they need to be able to know that they can make decisions without me having to approve anything. And so, we do a lot of communication. Communication is huge. We cannot over-communicate. So I talk with my team by text message. We have weekly meetings, and I let them know, hey, if there's a situation and you think I may need to weigh in, or you think it's going to hit my desk for some reason, just shoot me a text, let me know what's going on. That way I'm better prepared and knowing what kind of support that they need.
Ready to move on to the next one?
Yes.
This is from Old Man Salsa. This is a local salsa company. They have been donating salsa since we started salsa sessions. So they have been an OG donor.
That's good. That's got some cilantro in it.
If you could implement one new initiative or goal for nursing at the center in 2025, what would it be?
Enterprise Solutions is not going to like this. Because I've been kind of dropping hints for a nursing note in our electronic health record.
Okay.
Right now we use an individual progress note that's also utilized by our case management. But I think it would just be a better fit for there to be a note that says nursing progress note.
And you said it was Enterprise Solutions?
Enterprise
Solutions, let's get it, come on. Come on,
They're
let's
going to be
get
like, really, Dora? No, I think it's just, when you're looking through the chart, if you can more easily differentiate between a nursing note and a case manager note, I think that would be better. And I think that would give us an opportunity to really capture nurse productivity better than what we're able to do right now.
So Enterprise Solutions, nursing note for 2025.
Let's go.
Come on, please, let's
It'll
do
be
it.
our New Year's resolution.
Right, it will be, it will be. So this next one is from Tacos and Salsa also.
Also tacos, and so this one was tacos and salsa?
Yes,
now
and
this
that one.
Okay.
And so this is a ghost pepper habanero, and it is going to be a
I was
little
like, it is
liquidy,
clear.
so yeah. Where's nope, there it is. That's actually hotter than I remember.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine, I don't do heat very well.
No?
Don't know why
I
I
love
decided to do salsa sessions. I just thought it would be fun.
When I heard about it, I was super excited. I was like, I love salsa.
Well, this is perfect for you. Do you want to take over hosting duties?
Right? I was like, I thought you said they were going to get hotter. I'm like, these are good.
That one.
That one? Is that going to get me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one gets everybody. So what's a personal hobby or activity you enjoy that helps you recharge outside of work besides reading and pedicures? You kind of already answered this question.
The question about hobbies always stresses me out because I feel like I don't have any hobbies. So when I was talking to my therapist, because therapy is good for you, you don't have to be in an active crisis to go to therapy. She was like, you need to have a hobby. And I said, I read. And she was like, that's not a hobby. I was like, no? And she's like, no. I was like, oh. Rude.
So what's a hobby then?
So I don't know, a lot of my time right now is still filled with my kids. My daughter is still in high school, my youngest. And so a lot of our time is, she plays club volleyball. So we're gearing up for the club season, and that can be practiced 2 to 3 times a week. And then we have tournaments. And then it used to be her and my middle son, because he did baseball. I mean, as far as hobbies, because that's like crafty stuff, right? I'm craft adjacent. I'll do it if I have to.
Same.
And I can do a pretty good job, but I'm not, and I have a Pinterest page for crafts that I'll probably never, ever, ever do. I like the idea of crafts.
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
Reading's not a hobby?
I don't know, that's what my therapist said. She was like, it's not a hobby. I was like, okay.
I mean, I feel like...
Now, I will say something I am looking into taking the next time the class opens up that I recently discovered, and so this could potentially be a hobby, is taking a clay throwing class where you use a pottery wheel.
Oh, okay.
So I've been actually looking for a class like this for a very, very long time, and recently found a place here in San Antonio that finally offers it. Well, I remember when we lived in Germany, I got to do like cups and plates and things, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, that would be something fun, artistic, kind of getting to crush the clay kind of thing, sensory, all the things. So I'm hoping to take one of those classes soon. So maybe that will be a new hobby.
So last one.
All right, here we go.
Last one is a ghost pepper
Okay.
salsa from Stixs and Stones.
Okay,
I call it
this is a third from Stixs and Stones.
Second.
Second?
Yeah, Stixs and Stones, taco and salsa.
Oh, taco and taco.
So I call this the Stixs and Stones May Break My Bones salsa.
That kind of has a hint of sweetness to it as well.
Cannot believe you're...
I love salsa. That one's really good.
Whew.
I mean, yeah, there's some heat there, but that's good.
Some heat. There's a
That's
lot. Oh my gosh.
It definitely amps up. Like, it's still kind of ramping up,
Yeah.
for sure. That's good.
I mean, at least it didn't make me cry this time.
Oh, no.
Okay, as a nurse, you've seen people overcome challenges every single day. What's a piece of advice you've learned from your work that could inspire others starting fresh this year?
For people overcoming challenges?
Mm-hmm. And I guess it's perfect for the center because people are always overcoming challenges here.
That one is starting to really get to me.
I see your eyes starting to water.
It's like slowly. It's a slow burn. Okay. I'm like, okay, it's coming. Not to minimize anybody's challenge, but I think the first is to remember that the chances are somebody else has gone through this and made it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep that hope. It lingers.
It does.
And it burns.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. I think, as we go through our own individual challenges, to remember that people alongside us are also going through challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can get very, we can have our blinders on. We can be thinking about all the things that we're going through and forget that, people along to the left and to the right of us are also going through things. And sometimes having that solidarity of knowing that we are all going through stuff can make your stuff seem less daunting. And I say stuff because I can't say the other word.
Yeah.
Oh, my nose is running. But everybody has stuff. Like we all have things that we struggle with. But don't struggle alone. But also be careful in who you choose to confide in. Because not everybody is always going to have your best interest at heart, unfortunately. Have that best friend, have that confidant that you can go to and that they will keep your privacy and also when you're sharing struggles, like be upfront and let people know, hey, I'm looking for advice or I'm looking for help in creating a solution, or I'm just looking for somebody to vent to. And then as someone who maybe learns of somebody else's struggles, someone may come to you and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Don't necessarily assume that means they want a solution. They just may want to vent. But you can ask them, like, hey, are you asking me for advice? Are you asking me for a solution? Or do you just need a safe ear to speak to? Challenges come in all shapes and sizes. The challenges I have compared to challenges, if I were to share my challenges, someone may think, really, that's all you're dealing with, compared to what they're dealing with. But it's so individualized that a challenge that may seem daunting for me may seem like nothing to somebody else, but like vice versa. Something that I'm like, that's really not a big deal that you're dealing with that, but for them it is huge. I think we tend to diminish each other's challenges without knowing the context, the environment, the history. We don't know each other's past. We don't know each other's trauma experience. So a challenge for me is definitely going to be very different for somebody else. But also, I don't know, there's just... Don't be afraid to find help. Is probably the biggest one. But make sure it is safe help, it's good help. Make sure you're not wallowing in toxicity. Because it's very easy to find people that are gonna, instead of reaching down and lifting you out of where you're at, will keep you down there or will just kind of help you wallow. So make sure you're finding people that are gonna pull you up and out.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Yay.
Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun.
I did have fun.
Awesome.
It was a blast.
Thank you. And thank you to our viewers. Thank you to our donors. Rosarios, Chuy's, Karlita, Salsitas, Stixs and Stones, Tacos and Salsa, and Old Man Salsa. Thank you for your generous donations. And stick around for another episode coming your way.